Hello, sixth graders. So today we are going to break down a little more closely the difference between physical and chemical changes, and sometimes also considered properties. We're going to look at both of them separately, and then we're going to think of examples that are going to go with them. You should have a dual screen going on right now, so you should be watching this video while you have this PDF put into Notability, where you're going to take the exact same notes that I am taking. If you have not put this PDF into Notability, or you have not turned on your dual screen yet, please press pause and get that set up. Don't hit play until, again, you're looking at both this video and your PDF in Notability. The Notability notes should go in your Matter Notes section. When you're ready, come right back. So for all of us, I want you please to focus in on the physical properties. We are going to be taking our notes. Guys, I was still in Schoology. Look at me being real here. I'm going to go open it up in Notability. Oh, I say one thing and do another. Here I am, taking our notes in Notability. And I'm going to use a text box. So if you want to handwrite these, feel free. If you don't want to handwrite them, go ahead and type them just like I am. If you've never seen the bullet before, in the bottom right-hand corner, do you see the 3 lines stacked on top of each other that look like they are already bulleted? If you click on it, all you have to do is select bulleted, and then you can make your notes bulleted as well. So I kind of like the look of that. You don't need to. It's just one nice little piece sometimes. So focusing in on our physical changes. Physical changes, we need to remember, no new product is going to be formed. It is easily reversible. This could happen through filtering or evaporation. And we'll talk about that in one of our examples. It's often, more often than not, just a phase change. This could be things like melting or freezing, or again, evaporating, or maybe not a phase change, but cutting or crushing. Oops. Okay. Now, if you don't type as fast as me or you're still writing, press pause. Please use that pause button as much as you need. Okay. So if I'm thinking of examples of this, I'm going to go into some of our labs. We have done the magical inflating balloon. Now, the reaction that allowed us to blow up that balloon, definitely not physical, but the action of that balloon itself blowing up for sure is going to be physical. So you could do either inflating a balloon or deflating a balloon, either one. And I want you to either type it or you can also write it. I'll do deflate. And then if you're feeling so artistic, go ahead and draw your balloon. So there it is, inflated to deflated. Never judge my artistic lack of skills, by the way. Continuing on, we said that we could filter or evaporate, and we can make something that is reversible. So something that would be reversible would be if we were to make lemonade. Here's the cool thing, guys. We could actually set it out for probably a very long time, and all of the water would evaporate out. And guess what? We would be left with our lemonade powder. Now, I don't know if I recommend it. I have had students who have tried it before, but they got very bored with waiting for all of that water to evaporate out. So it's up to you if you ever want to try it. If you do, I would love to see a picture of all of your evaporated powder. If you added heat to it, you could make it go a little bit faster. Okay, so that is just another example. I think I'll type the next one because my writing at this angle is just not easy. It's not good. Another one that would work for us for a physical change that we experience all the time would be cutting or tearing paper. Okay, think about it. If I cut paper, all I'm left with is little paper, right? So I have my little paper. Maybe I cut off that corner. And so in this corner, I have my little piece of paper. I'll just erase this part. Oh, it erased my whole thing, didn't it? See, I'm learning Notability with you. There we go. I tore my little piece of paper. Okay, all of those, they are totally examples of physical change. I'm going to ask myself, did I change what the object was? The answer is no. I just altered what it looks like. Okay, so think of that and ask yourself that question. All right, let's go on to chemical change. Again, if I'm going too fast, press pause, go back, look at it, and get your notes complete. So adding in my text box again, with or without the bulleted points, that is completely up to you, but my chemical changes, this is going to cause something that's new. So new products will be formed. This is going to often cause something that is not easily reversed. Now that doesn't mean that it cannot be reversed, but it's not easy. You're gonna have to cause another chemical change for it to happen. The reactant that you use, so the object that you put into it, meaning if we're doing the vinegar baking soda experiment, that would be the reactant, it is used up. So it's not left with the way that it was, okay? And often light or heat or sound or bubbles like we have observed are formed. Add a new text box here. Examples of this are going to be burning, a chemical reaction, of course, cooking. We don't often think of that one. What else? Why can't I think of something else? I think we'll leave that and we'll see if we can come back to more. I know that I'm forgetting one that I wanted to tell you, but I can't, and that's okay. So we'll come back to that if I can think of it. We'll see how that goes, right? We know forgetful fasting. So let's think of some examples. We've got burning wood. That's one that's definitely going to work. Now let's think about what we have done this year. Can you imagine our magical inflating balloon experiment? That would totally be an example of this. So because we own it, because we experienced it, I'm going to write it down. Because we were there, we were a part of it. And if you want to draw the picture of our experiment as best you can, again, I'm not an artist. You don't need to be an artist. Here's my bubbles, my reaction that was happening inside. And then on the outside, I have my balloon that was blown up. So again, I was there. I was a part of it. Did we create something new on the inside? You bet we did. Okay, now the balloon blowing up itself, remember, that's the physical part, but inside we caused that chemical reaction. Okay, another thing would be cooking. I love to bake. And so baking cookies is going to be a great example. If you've never baked a cookie, highly recommend trying it with parental permission. But by baking cookies, you are causing a chemical change in all of those ingredients to make something that's so delicious. Okay, if you would rather put cooking pizza or noodles or your favorite food so that you own it, you remember it, please do that. Change it. You don't have to do cookies, but do a cooking experiment so you remember that cooking is a good example. And another one, because we just experienced it, although way too quickly, would be the autumn leaves. They go through a reaction to help the trees go dormant so that they don't die in the winter. And with that, we are left with these beautiful leaves, even if it's short term. They're my favorite part in my favorite season. Okay, so that's a chemical change that's happening inside to shut down photosynthesis. All right, again, press pause if I went too quickly. And if you need to go back, do so. But these are going to stay in your matter notes. These are for you to study, and you will use these in your quiz for tomorrow. So read over them a few times for me, please. But email me if you have any questions.